Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up.
Favorite was we lived out in the country in Chester, and I spent a lot of time, honestly, by myself in my weird imagination, and thought I could paint a pile of logs with watercolors. And I had a rock fort, but I had a pony. You know, who wants a pony? I want a pony, Santa. Well, I got one. I had a great time living on that farm. I think that really morphed me who I am, because I think if I lived in the city my whole life, I think I'd probably be a different person now than from growing up in rural Illinois.
Things I love about Randi, she's sassy, she's her own, you know, she don't really go off of what other people are doing or saying. She's a strong girl, I like that about her. I love everything about her.
Tried carrying the weight.
Grow up, I wanted to be the person that goes down into the ocean and discovers all this really cool old stuff. So, and I played teacher a lot when I was little with all my stuffed animals and Bonka and stuff.
Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone.
I was gonna write a love letter to Randi and tell her I love her. I don't know, I'm not very good with writing letters, but I'll write a little note every now and then.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older.
I don't have the average family. I have a huge family tree. It's kind of crazy, but the way Patrick deals with my family, I think, is amazing, because he just cares so much about everybody, because he understands it.
I didn't know I was low.
Growing up, I hated fishing.
Might not be romantic to her or anyone else, but she sat in the rain for about 2.5 hours on Lake Ponce.
I hated it. I didn't want to go, didn't like it, but Patrick's made it super fun. I love it now.
You know, it's pretty cool that she could hang in there and fish all night.
And I'm usually winning, most, biggest, and first fish, but that's the way it is now.
When I was a little boy, I wanted to be professional fisherman, probably for sure, or some sort of fishing. I've always been into fishing my whole life, and that's one good thing Randi lets me do.
The office so important, it can't wait. I'm thankful for the weekend, but 2 days in heaven just ain't gonna do. Yes, it's gonna take forever, darling girl. I just got started loving you.
The first time I met Patrick was in the 7th grade, and I went to a wrestling meet at Roosevelt High School. First thing I noticed when I went to that meet was some crazy lady in like a football stance on the bleachers screaming.
I guess she met probably my mom, because she's was really loud in wrestling, and everyone kind of knew who she was with cheering. And
I watched, and then I saw a boy my age with a bleach blonde bowl cut, just being naughty, and he looked naughty, and I had a crush on him.
I just got started loving you. What can I say? I've never felt this way. Girl, you're like a dream come true. After all the love we've made, it sure would be a shame if we let this moment end so soon.
If I were to write a love letter to Patrick, I would tell him that I appreciate him. Don't make me cry. I just appreciate him for a lot of things, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with him and to raise kids with him, and I just love him so much. So. All I can say is that no one can really, like, I have a ton of funny friends and family, ton, but no one can really make me laugh like Patrick can. There's times when we're like just the best of friends, just hanging out, and he can just keep me laughing and laughing and laughing over just the dumbest thing.
This is gonna take forever, darling girl. I just got started loving you.
I've learned a lot about myself since being with Patrick, that I'm extremely stubborn. He kind of calms me down when I need to just simmer down. And I don't know, I just think we really balance each other out, complement each other pretty well. And I've learned to be patient, and Patrick has a really big heart, and so I've kind of learned how to love a lot better being with him.
Kissing, hugging, baby. And in the middle of the night, I may watch you go.
Patrick and I were together for 3 years in high school, a year in college, and then for 3 years, didn't see each other, didn't ever think I was going to talk to him again, and I don't know, it was just crazy. Shit got weird, and we just hung out. And, our first date was at Bucks. It was his birthday, and we danced for probably 3 hours straight, and we're sweaty, and it was awesome.
Pick the seams out, take what you like.
Or my favorite song to hear that reminds me of Patrick and I.
A song that reminds me of Randy would probably be Usher. I think it was OMG.
Is OMG by Usher. We just dance and dance and dance and dance and dance. Put it on replay 6 times.
Reminds me of Randy because of Bucks, for sure. It's kind of where we met up again and started seeing each other more.
But love the one you hold, and I'll be your goal to have and to hold.
When Patrick proposed, I for one had no idea it was coming. I knew I wanted it, but I honestly, the day that it happened, had no idea. He asked me, we were on vacation for a week in Florida, and he asked me we were on this dolphin excursion thing. And on the way back, he asked if I wanted to go fishing. I was like, yeah, sure.
We were on a pier in Florida, and it was perfect. We were catching some fish.
We're fishing off this pier with some locals, and we're fishing, and I just keep catching the same type of fish over and over, and I'm getting bored. I want to drink some beer, so I sit down and start drinking some beer.
She was kind of sitting down and didn't want to fish anymore, and I kept telling her, well, why don't you fish again? And I was waiting for her to cast her pole out, and then I was going to kind of surprise her. And
he kept on encouraging me to get up and fish. I'm like, no, let's sing and drink some beer and have a good time. And then finally he had the grand idea, because the people at the tip of the pier had left, so he said, hey, let's go on the edge of the pier. I'm like, all right, yeah. We go out there and cast it out, and apparently that's right when he was going to get down on one knee and ask me to marry him.
well, finally I got her back fishing, and I was about to do it, almost down on a knee. She catches a fish right away.
And I caught a fish. So he stands back up, I guess, and I reel it in and take a picture. Woo! Awesome.
And I said, well, there's more coming in, so just throw it out there in their next cast.
Cast it back out, I reel it all the way up, says my name, and I'm like, what? Turn around, and he's right down on one knee and
got down on a knee and proposed right on the pier in Florida.
I'm shaking. I think I said, are you serious? And I start crying, and I just stand there. And
She was in shock. I don't think she had any idea of what I was going to do, or she had no clue.
he goes, I'm going to need an answer. Yes. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And then an army of dolphins start swarming the pier. No joke. It was like he planned it or something. It was like a fairy tale. It was pretty sweet. So that was about it. It was awesome.
Message we'd want to send to our families would be thanks for, helping getting the farm ready and putting everything on. And
This wedding would not happen if it wasn't for Jeff and Leisha and Grammy and Poppy for sure, because it just wouldn't be possible. So yeah, thank you very much for everything. Plans after this wedding? Well, I think we're gonna go to Hawaii, right?
yeah,
And start making some babies in like a year or something.
maybe we'll get a house, start
Yeah.
finding a house. And
Be awesome together.